Hi everyone, welcome back. So let's talk about AI generated content. I mean, the this generation AI generated content is increasing very rapidly. I mean, OpenAI has recently introduced their new image generation model, which is quite revolutionary, right? I mean, there are lots of ChatGPT like models out there which can generate a lot of text, a lot of information, and also the images and also the deepfake content, right? You can morph celebrities or even the persons with the anything. I mean, you can kind of mix and generate new content. That's basically deepfake, right? So a lot of content outside is available, and the question is, how can we detect them? How do we know that it's an AI generated content, right? Because it's very panicking. I mean, people really panic outside, thinking uh, generated content, AI generated content is getting out of their hands. So we should find a way to detect these AI generated content, right? So that's what exactly we'll be talking about. So we'll be using Eden AI's API. I mean, Eden AI has a lot of um, AI APIs. So we'll be utilizing few of them to you know um, to understand how we can use that in our project to detect AI based content. So we'll go through text detection, I mean AI based text detection, and also AI based image detection, content detection, and finally we also look at the deepfake content detection using Eden AI API. So without any further delay, let's get started. Okay, let's start with the deepfake detection API. We have Site Engine as the provider here, and there are a lot of parameters. Let's discuss them in detail, right? So basically, settings is nothing but the place where you basically specify the models, right? So Google has its own Google model. OpenAI has GPT 4.0, 4.5, etc., etc. So these models can be specified under the settings param, and providers. Basically, this is a list of you know uh, providers where the API will send requests to, right? So you can basically pick one or more based on your needs. Think of it like choosing the best tool for the job, right? So providers, and for example, Google, Amazon, OpenAI, these are all the providers we have. Fallback providers are basically kind of plan B. You know, sometimes things don't go as planned, right? That's where the fallback providers come in. These are backup providers that will be tried if the main provider fails, right? You can add up to 5 fallback options, ensuring the reliability. And then comes the response as a ticked, right? So this is where you can control the response format. Um, I mean, you can set this to true, which is default though, to get response in the form of dictionary. It is cleaner and more structured, and it's perfect for those who need to manipulate or extract data in a efficient way, right? And comes the attributes as a list, right? So by default, it is false, which means you get response in an object format, right? But if you want to work with each attribute individually, so you have to flip it to true, so that it'll become a kind of list, right? And then comes the show base 64. Let's say when you're dealing with images, showing the base 64 of the image is very useful, you know. So set this to true if you want to access the image data in a base 64 format. Okay. Show original response, it's optional. I mean, by default, it's set to false. But if you need the raw response from the provider, just set it to true. You can see the original response, right? File and file URL are self-explanatory. Let's say you have a local file, probably you have to use the file param. If you're working with a URL, use the application slash JSON for easy processing. So that's pretty much it. Uh, and on the right, you can see, you know, a code snippet based on Python, right? So this this is where you can play around. I mean, this is the play around section. There's a code snippet in Python and Ruby and Node.js. So you basically give the bearer token here and try it, and you can see the example popping up, right? So most of the parameters are pretty much the same. Even if you check the AI detection, you can find the same parameters, right? And even for the AI content detection, you can find the same parameters, uh, except for the provider params, right? So uh, what exactly is the provider params? This one is pretty specific to certain providers, So it kind of allows you to pass in some additional settings and other params that can basically refine your content detection. Like adjusting detection accuracy or setting callbacks for post processing or something like that. So this is exactly specific to some providers, right? So this is the only parameter which is probably different from the other AI APIs. So yeah, so you can feel free to play around here, provide your token and try it. So anyway, I'll be showing you how we can implement this into our own project, right? So I've made my own fast API project, a small project, and I'm going to show you how we can utilize these APIs there. So yeah, okay. So let's go through the code base. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, a simple fast API project that I've built. So that you guys can understand how we can use the Eden AI API into our own projects, right? So I have imported all the required libraries here, and then configured the loggings, and then Eden AI's API key has been set as the environment variable here, and then I've configured the cores. If you are using it in a production, make sure you modify it, right? And then Eden AI base URL has been set. This is the base URL. The headers and everything is done. Okay, now comes the important part, the endpoints. So I have built three endpoints. One is for AI text detection, right? And the other one is AI images detection. And finally, deepfake detection, right? So basically, all of these three endpoints use the features from Eden AI's APIs. So three different features as we have gone through before. I mean, it's the code base is not a innovation as such. I kind of snatched it from the Eden AI's docs. So you can go there and you can see the code snippet, which we have seen before. You can directly take those code snippets and you can use it here, right? Yeah, so I have used exactly the same, probably a bit of modification because of this project structure. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So once the endpoints are built, I ran the server and it's running in locally here and the local host, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. And anyway, the code I will post this code into the cookbook and you can have a look at it. And let's see this in action. I'll test it on the Postman so that you can understand how these this API is being worked. So for this use case, I took this AI generated image. I got it from Dali, and this is a deepfake image. It's basically Tom Cruise. I mean, it's not Tom Cruise. It's deepfake. It's someone morphed it, right? It's very it's becoming viral now, and people are like, I'm amazed, but at the same time they're worried. You know, so we are going to see how our endpoints are going to detect these two. And I also have uh, AI text ready. I got it from ChatGPT, so we'll be testing using these and see if it's good enough or not. Okay. So let's use Postman to check this. Let's start with the first endpoint, text AI detection, right? So I already got some providers, two providers are there separated by the comma. For now, I'll just remove this. I'll just use sapling. And yeah, this is a small piece of paragraph. I got it from ChatGPT. Okay. And then I hit send. Anyway, the server is up and running. So, of course. Okay. So we got the results. It says the complete AI score is 0.99, which is 99%, of course. Yeah, we got like different paragraphs with different scores, and yeah, it's good along with the cost, right? So yeah, this is how you can get the AI text detection. And let's go with the image, right? So I got that daily generated image. I kept it here, and then providers Winston, and then just I'll hit send. My bad. Let me choose it. It's in the desktop AI detection. Right, this is the one. Okay, and if I hit send, couple of seconds. Uh, yep, we got it. It's AI generated. Thank God. Uh, I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? It's AI generated. And then deepfake detection. Let's select the file again from desktop detection. This is deepfake, right? Then if I hit send, it uses site engine, which is really good. You know, oh, it says 0.77%. It's I mean, 77%. It says it's deepfake, right? So this is how we can analyze AI generated content, whether it's a text or image. You know, this is how you do it. All right. So this is the tutorial, guys. I hope you have understood how I built this using Hidden AI's API. If you have any issues, please reach out to the Discord channel. There's a help channel especially, so you can write your queries. And also the docs are available on the website. You can have a look at it. Um, so if you really liked it, thank you so much, and see you again.